So let's get started. What you just saw was an OEM tensioner installed to factory specs. In the video, you can clearly see the chain moving, and if left like this, the OEM tensioner's piston and tooth would wear out from the aftermarket valve train, leaving you with a damaged engine. Next, we're going to preload the chain by releasing the piston from the housing to remove the chain slack. As you can see, all of the slack has been removed from the chain, but like the first test, if left like this, the tensioner's piston and tooth would wear out. If left in your engine with aftermarket cams, this is what your OEM tensioner would look like. The OEM tensioner is simply not equipped to deal with the increased stress caused by an upgraded valve train. Just because you can no longer see the movement of the chain does not mean that the problem has been fixed. This is where the HR tensioner steps in. The HR tensioner was designed specifically to allow for chain guide movement as Honda intended, while improving upon the OEM tensioner's weakness. The HR tensioner is made of stronger materials than stock, 2 teeth instead of only 1, and a wider piston to account for the extra force from upgraded valve train. Now let's take a look at the HR tensioner installed properly. You can vary the amount of preload on the chain, but if you go too far, you run the risk of damaging your engine. Some movement of the chain guide and the tensioner is essential to the life of your motor. If you remove all of the tensioner's ability to absorb force by locking it in place, it just moves further down the system, leading to stretched or broken chains and possibly a blown engine. Let's take a look at the HR tensioner installed with too much preload.